Hi, I'm Saffran. So this conference is pretty much going well for time being. What I think is a lot of civil society people are here to collectively take sort of a decision and make a sort of a stable document. Could be a zero draft document where they could take to the pre-COP meeting, which is going to happen within the parties and the other important stakeholders in November. Before that is in October, there's one. So I think the October 17th, 18th and 19th could be a crucial days where the civil society is really important. And what I think in Paris Agreement, inclusion of civil societies in a different sectorial way, which is really important. So if we want to achieve the Paris Agreement or the Sustainable Development Goals, both came in the same year, but we can correlate the SDG 13 and the Paris Agreement so that we can work together. But we need to make sure the finance is separated, so they not integrate both and give us sort of trying to manage it in between the same sort of quota. So maybe they defer it, so that would be good. But what I think is we as civil society need a roadmap for another 5 years. It should be a rolling map. It should be a map which could be revised every 5 years or 3 years. So we have first 3 years plan, not planning for 2030. We go for 3 years, so then we see, and then it could be a evolving one. So where a lot of things could change, you can add in when it comes in. But I'm pretty sure civil society is needed for the government. They can't alone do it because in current context, people are here and there, and alone the government cannot do it. I think civil society should be included. Definitely they are, but they should be recognized and taken to a level of a party, so where the voice is heard from there. So then we go ahead.
Could you speak to some of the civil society responses to climate change in Sri Lanka that are going on right now, and as well in preparation for COP22?
Yeah, so Sri Lanka rectified the Paris Agreement in Sri Lanka, the local level. So we have done the ratification, so now we are working on the plan, the action plan, how we are going to mitigate with the current situation rising in Sri Lanka and then South Asia, how Sri Lanka could help the other countries and how other countries could help Sri Lanka. So in Sri Lanka specifically, civil society are working together because in Sri Lanka we have sort of a strong connectivity in between the civil society and the government. But still some voices are not heard, but we try to reach the civil society, the news reached the government. But in Sri Lanka, media is really helpful. So where you get news about any sort of environmental issues, and then any sort of government issues or anything, media reacts quickly. So anything goes wrong, the government responds quickly. So then we have an approach of that way, how Sri Lanka goes. And specifically in Sri Lanka, we mobilize young people because young people are the next generation. So mobilizing young people is really important. There are a set of people, where they could be old or but still there could be senior people, but they should understand the young people should know and should be involved in the process so that they make sure the next future generation doesn't get affected. Because I would like to quote something which they said, we are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and last that could do something. So as young people, we should save the planet for the next maybe 100 years or 200 years. Doesn't know how things happen, but could be.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.